I am Darius, this is Sugarless Crystals, your sugar-free destination of YouTube. Today I want to talk a little bit about proteins. Messing up already. Today, why does it look like that? Hold on one second. Today I want to talk a little bit about enzymes and probiotics. See, the thing about it, I just got reintroduced to this subject when I recently did a podcast with Tracy over at High Energy Girl. What I've been trying to do is I've been trying to put the link with myself as far as why some days I'm bloated and other days I'm not. But most of the time lately, over the past couple, I want to say maybe month or two, I have been rather bloated every day. At one particular day, I woke up, I thought to myself, and my stomach was like super flat, like there was no bloating whatsoever. The funny thing was, my diet the day before was exactly how it always is. So the only thing different I drank that day was this Farmhouse Culture gut shots. It's supposed to be a probiotic. And I really started to think, I said, you know what? I forgot about that. You know, you hear so much about, making sure you have all your electrolytes, but what about the probiotics? What about the enzymes? Those things are important too. And what I'm gonna do is not carry this on much longer, and I'm gonna break them down for you. The little bit that I know. As of course, I'm not a doctor, but I could be. Enzymes and probiotics. Now, first of all, enzymes are created by the body. Probiotics are not. Simple. That's the most simple way I can put it. And they're both different. Now let's talk about enzymes a little bit. Enzymes are what break down your food. Each type of food or each thing tends to have its own enzyme. Have you ever heard of lactase? If one of my videos when I spoke about dairy, I'll actually put that in the card above for you. But my video when I spoke about dairy, I talked about lactase. The reason we can't process dairy is because our bodies can't break down lactose by the lack of lactase. Now correct me if I'm wrong, I hope I don't have those words switched around. But meat has its own enzymes as well to help you break down meat. Now see, enzymes require energy. That's the funny thing about it. I didn't know this. Something I go through myself. You may have heard of gluconeogenesis. Now, this is when the body breaks down protein into carbohydrates. So what it does is it can leave you very tired. I really start to think a little bit more, and I'm like, okay, so when I eat meat sometimes, I get extra sleepy. But see, the enzymes, they break down and they use a lot of your energy to break down your food. So let's sit here and say there's not enough enzymes to do it. So guess what? It's using more energy to do it. And it could force you to become very, very drained. Now this is a gray area. Not saying that like some could be good or some could be bad. But the thing is, there are so many different things that can contribute to you feeling sleepy or tired after you eat. Now me personally, I spoke on it actually because when it comes to vegetables, there are a lot of vegetables that as soon as they go down, they come right back up. And what this could be is I'm lacking enzymes. Cause see, there was a point in my life where I could eat vegetables all day. I mean, I love tomatoes. Like I would just eat tomatoes. I could just pick it up out of the store and just eat it. Maybe pour a little salt there or put some vinegar on it. I could do that all day long. But see, then one day I was sitting down and I bit the tomato and it literally came back up. And I was like, well, you know, at that particular age, like I was a little boy. I said, well, maybe it was a bad tomato. I mean, it tasted fine, but you know, maybe it was just bad. So the next time I ate a tomato, the same thing happened. And I found it so odd because I could still eat ketchup. I could still eat pizza. Pizza never upset my stomach. Yeah, pizza always stayed down. That probably should have came back up, but it always stayed down. So what I started to think was maybe I lacked the enzyme in order to break it down. There are tons of vegetables that just tend to just come down and go. Avocado's another one. Tomatoes, anything lettuce. But see, the thing is, I can keep them down better when I eat something with them. But raw foods is where it's at. Now, I'm not just gonna pull a steak out the package and eat it. But see, the thing is, you know, the more you cook it, the more you break the enzymes down and the more you're left to fend by yourself. I'm just a little confused, to be honest, as far as what's going on with me. I understand the science and I see what happens, but I don't get what goes on with me personally. Oh, right, so the probiotics. Now, the probiotics, we don't make those ourselves. And that's interesting. We get them from outside sources. Probiotics are good bacteria that help break down food in the digestive tract. Actually, they help the digestive tract altogether. Think leaky gut. People, whenever you hear about leaky gut, they always recommend fermented foods because of the probiotics, because it puts good bacteria back inside your body to help your body rebuild those walls up, rebuild those cracks that are made inside your gut lining, which leads to probiotics helping with the immune system. Everything starts in the gut, like everything does. And when you have leaky gut, what's happening is those bad, little food particles, bad bacteria, and all that kind of stuff leaks into your bloodstream, and that's when your immune system kicks in. I have to help this guy out. I gotta help him out. Then you start getting inflammatory responses and things of that nature. Like, you can find probiotics in things such as this gut shot right here that I use, and this simply has green cabbage, water, red beets, ginger, and sea salt. And then Kamichi, which I recently just bought not too long ago. This stuff is good. Like, it has a very distinctive taste to it. But this one comes from Trader Joe's. I don't know how I feel about the ingredients because there's sugar in here. It's Napa cabbage. I don't know what that is. Water, radish, onion, cane sugar, red chili powder, garlic, sea salt, and fish sauce, which comes from anchovies and salt. And then there's ginger. But the thing about this, like 2 tablespoons are 4 grams, like net carbs. Like, I guess it comes from the sugar, so I don't eat much of it. Like, I eat a little bit. Now, sauerkraut. Boy, I eat that on my sausage all day, man. On my hot dog, like, whew. It might be like the little New Yorker in me, I guess. That might be it. Get the hot dog off the street, you get the Frank off the street. Being in the South, like, nobody says Frank down here. That's so funny. But anyway, sauerkraut, maybe a little ketchup, but you gotta put the mustard on top of the sauerkraut. I've never had Chicago dog. You know what? That has nothing to do with the video. Let's move along. Now, I'm very natural with how I handle things when it comes to my food, so enzymes make perfect sense. But see, probiotics, like, I'm a little skeptical about it because we have to get them from outside sources. And correct me if I'm wrong, but back in the hunter-gatherer days, was it really possible to make fermented vegetables? I know we probably had access to, things like beets and cabbages and things of that nature, but fermented wise, Yet, at the same time, we didn't have all the sugar and all the gluten and all the candy and things of that nature to break down our gut walls. So maybe a long time, things kind of just evolved to being what they are. So now we need help to break down our food. Both of these have a purpose, and I recommend both of them. Actually, not necessarily me, but other people as well, because they're not the same thing. So yeah, you can need an enzyme, and yes, you could need a probiotic, but don't think you're getting enzymes when you're getting probiotics, because they're completely 2 different things, and they work 2 very, very different ways inside of the body. Now, if you guys are already on the enzymes and probiotics, please hit me in the comment section, or you could even shoot me an email, and I would just love to just hear your story behind it, and maybe I can get some things or tips that I can use for myself, because we're all students of life here. And a quick heads up, after this video, I'm going to try to stick to certain days that I release content, but I'm not going to make any promises anymore, because as much as I would love to say, oh, every Wednesday you're going to have something, but see, the fact is I have an outside job, and then there's life, and every time I turn around, something is happening and derailing me from what I like to do or what I have planned. One day I was headed home, and I had to get something done for Sugarless crystals, and like my car broke down, like it stopped working. I was like, what? So of course, during the day, I still have to go about my life. I have to figure out how am I gonna get to work the next day, and all that stuff derails my release time. So because of that, I'm still gonna put, now there's no doubt about that. I promise you, you're gonna get content. But always look out for me on Wednesday and Saturday, and then Thursday and Sunday. Look for me those particular days. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, I almost said it. I am Darius. This is Sugarless Crystals, your sugar-free destination of YouTube. And I'm out.